what the blue ocean strategy teaches us. First of all, to compete in innovation, not in prices. Actually, you will see with many of our products that we have a serious problem in comparing them with something else. And because there is nothing close to that. Many years we've been very shy. Today will not be. I will tell it very correctly that there are products which you cannot compare to anything else which is in existence in the market now. Actually, to make the competition irrelevant, we do not follow the competition. I'm not really interested. I'm interested in prices, of course. I'm interested as engineer in the technical solutions, but we will not follow them. We will go in your way, first of all, in our way, secondly, that you will formulate the needs, you will see what is necessary, try to push your customers to think with their own brains and to express their own needs. Not to tell me that Siemens has a certain solution and you should copy that. No, I'm not interested in that. But he will say that, look guys, I would need a system which my dream is to do that way. Then we will certainly do it. And we are not interested in the competition. What Guy Kawasaki is teaching us is that, just back to blue ocean strategy. The basics of the theory is that the market is divided in two. There's a red ocean and a blue ocean. In the red ocean, companies are competing on price and whatever else methodology you can invent. We have some products which we say red products. We have competition, and of course we use the same kind of way of fighting. But at least 60–70% of products are blue products having no competition. This is the reason why it's called the blue ocean strategy. And Mr. Kawasaki is teaching us that there are some products which people had a feeling that it would be nice to have something like that. It would be nice to solve a certain problem, but it was not in existence. And our first reflex is that we say that if it's not in existence, it should be very expensive, and let's forget it, it simply cannot be solved. For the time being, we have no solution. There are products which can solve a certain need, which was not solved before, and these products will create a new market. It's not an existing need. It will create the new need as well, the new demand. And this is very challenging. Just to have, okay, and this is our strategy. Actually, what we learned from Mr. Kawasaki and what we learned from Blue Ocean Strategy together is called CASON Blue Ocean Strategy. This is the way we go. Just to have some examples, you see that yellow lamp there with an embedded power cell. It's a dream machine because it's just standing alone, doing a useful job for 10 to 15 years, needs no maintenance, needs no electricity, needs no wire communication. It's totally standalone. I can put it in my bag and bring it with me in the field. It can be used, it can be installed in 1 hour time, and it can be used in a multitude of different applications like gas distribution and water transportation and oil. Every application where I have to collect some data from a explosion hazardous environment. There are a lot of. Or the environment is very, very wet. If I want to have an alternative, and I want to build a similar system using existing technologies which are considered the standard. As for example, I buy a Siemens PLC and install it in that place. I have no electricity and communication. And I bring some power lines, and I bring some fiber optics or any kind of communication lines. And I have to engineer all the civil works around and get the approvals and have an explosion-proof housing, which just alone is more expensive than our complete system, and do some system integration in total, which will cost me something like 72,000 euros. It will take me more or less 1 year, inshallah, if the people from the approval will move in time. Otherwise, it will take me 2 or more. Compared to our solution, actually there's no need for civil works, can be installed as it is, make a small drawing as a D-type documentation, and that's all. It will take me, instead of 300 days, 1/5 of day. Actually, one team can install 6. One CASON team, which is trained, using 1 car, 2 people can install 6 like this during a day. And it will cost them 3,500 euro. You will have a profit of about 100% on this price, if you do that. Because it will cost you something like 1,500, 1,700. Just observe the huge difference between these numbers. So it's the alternative solution. Now you see that it's not a miracle that not all the separation valve stations and all the field stations are equipped with communication devices, because it costs a lot and it's very slow to do it. So we made something which is 1,000 times faster, something which is 20 times less expensive in our case. Actually, we decided 10 years ago, 5 years ago, this is impossible. Now we can say, after Mr. Kawasaki, that this product is revolutionary because it creates a new market. There is a new field we can sell. We had no technical solutions for that field until now. If we talk about last mile balance, this is a district of a North African capital. We have a district meter here for electricity. We get the load of the meter. Then we collect the data from the district, which is fed by this substation. We get another load curve. Every young engineer in the first year of activity would say, hey guys, these two should be equal, more or less. Okay, maybe it's a mistake, but it won't be. And the differences can be huge. It looks very obvious, but have a look on the internet who is doing what. I personally don't understand why it's not done. If you make just a short calculation, in this district we have 2,564 consumers. They consume in average 1.5 kilowatts, which means that during a year they will consume 33.7 gigawatt hours, equivalent with 3.4 million euro by year if I take a very cheap cost of very low electricity cost. Actually, usually it's a lot higher. In Europe, it's about twice higher. We only take the official number declared by the company, losses of 19%. Actually, it's close to 40. This one is equivalent with more than €500,000 by year. The costs of setting up a balance system in this area is 384,000 euro, including installation, which means that the investment return time is extremely short. Actually, you finish the project and in 5 years' time, pay it back. I believe that even Mr. Kawasaki would say that this is also revolutionary. Have a look to this valve. This is a 12 inches valve from an oil pipeline. We took it was used for 20 years. Then we took it from a Hungarian oil company and we use it for experiments. It has an electrohydraulic actuator working from 24 volts. You can see again a yellow lamp, but it's slightly different from the other one, because this one is producing the energy to move this valve. So the amazing thing is that such a small device, having such a small power cell, is able to move such a big and extremely rusty valve. It was absolutely not possible until now. Just think about pipelines. All the pipelines, they have block valve stations, separator valve stations. The basic rule is every 2,500 cubic meters, which means something like 10 to 20 kilometers. Hundreds of thousands of separation valve stations in the world. Actually, I would expect that in Oman and Emirates you have maybe 30% of that. And usually you cannot operate them remotely because you have no electricity and no communication there. If you have a pipeline accident, you send a guy with a bicycle. It will take half a day to close the wrong valve. And then you are surprised why the hell you made a lake of crude oil around the desert. This one can do that. With no power lines, installation is about 1 day time, including the electrohydraulic actuator. So block valve stations, a very easy business, really easy business. We can integrate it to any existing SCADA system, half a day time. You can use it for oil wells, oil and gas wells as well. If you would do it just by accident now instead of Siemens with the Honeywell PLC, it would cost you 1.2 million euro. Because of the distances, you have to lay down the fiber optics and the energy cables. If you use our solution, it would cost you something like 100 times less. Instead of 300 days, we have one, which means that we are 100 times faster and less expensive, which, according to what we learned from Mr. Kawasaki, is, again, revolutionary. There is nothing to compare. No close competition to that. This is what it means revolutionary from our point of view. There is a backdrop with revolutionary products. In order to prove for your customer that it's really possible, it's really working, it's not incredible, many times you have to offer them a pilot project. This is what we do usually, and we have our rules how to do that, and we tested them and they're working nicely. We will talk about them. And the last one is small card for refinery and security people and ladies from the bank, and actually we invented for industry, looks like that, and I wear it in my neck for about 1 year time. For proof of presence, I was there when it was needed, as for example, and I will not go in the jail because everybody believes that enough was there. To prove that really I did my work and I was in that place for that many times, and so on. In large companies, state institutions, even security companies, visitors are going in, they're getting a piece of paper, nobody knows where they hang around, then they get out, and that's it. So if they have something like that in the next, end of the year I can have a look, okay, what the hell he was looking in the copy machine room for half an hour. So if I have a refinery, average one, 1,200 people, and using our devices, I can increase the productivity, the time spent with work, 1%, then the investment return time will be 4 months. And in the meantime, the security of the people having an alarm button, if they get in a trouble, they can push it, and maybe somebody will rescue them. Refineries, mines, as for example, just think about Chinese guys and the ones for South America, if they would have something like that, they would survive a lot easier. Which again, such a simple system. We use exactly the same communication technology as for the AMR. But if you have a look in the internet, for a certain reason, nobody is doing it for this purpose. Okay, we are the first one. Lots of other companies will come after 2 years. But let's make the most possible from this advantage this time. Okay, so you see now, most probably you realize why we believe that we are different compared to some other companies. Actually, we spend a lot more money and time and energy on research and development. The reason is that we want to keep our products in the blue ocean area, because by time you will have competition, they will shift to red. But we need to produce some new ones to compete in innovation, not in prices. This one gives us the opportunity, and for you and for us, to have normal margins. We can survive, we can make profits, and not to compete in prices and then think about how the hell I shall pay my people after that. We have our engineering force, and actually Attila is the boss of the CASON engineering and all the product management. We have our technology, you've seen this DVCon technology, and solutions and the products we have full control because they're our own products. There are no secrets. Actually, any kind of information would you need about these products, including really basic electronic design, commented software code. Whatever, you sign the NDA and you can get it. There is no secret at all. You can master it if you wish completely. You can take over some of the developments if you wish. And in the meantime, you've seen we are 75. So we offer maximum flexibility what we can. You've seen our references with Aon and Gaz de France and Eni and Gazprom. Actually, they are largest, most important companies in Europe. Hopefully we will have some more important ones in the same class from the Gulf area and North Africa as well, because we focus on this area for the time being, and then maybe after a few years we will put another focus on South America if the time will come. Not yet. We have a lot of things to do yet here. So just in summary, actually we are different because we combine the knowledge of a multinational company with the flexibility of a startup company. You are close to anybody in the company, including myself. You can contact anybody by Skype, by phone, any time of the day, of the night, for any kind of question. We are not Siemens. This is the difference. Actually, sorry for being longer than expected. Thank you very much for your attention.